Welcome to Koh Young here at SMT Connect. Delighted to be joined by Harald Eppinger. Good to see you again, Harald.
Hey, welcome.
Okay.
Welcome.
So, we saw a lot of new products coming out at Apex, which wasn't that long ago, in the Koh Young stable. You're certainly developing machines quite a bit. Big demand over here for your Meister equipment.
Yes, I can say the trend we saw in Asia the last years and also visible in the US is the trend for semicon business, packaging, etc. And the Meister series is already established as business in Asia, and now it's getting the demand in Europe.
Right.
So very, very clear, yes, it goes into the direction back end, with the merge from PCB to semicon. This is the next generation of work we get.
There always was historically quite a group of microelectronics companies around the Munich area. Is that still the same, or is it spreading out?
I think there's quite known. There's Saxony Valley coming up, so it's the area around Dresden, and I think the Fraunhofer gave great support also for this. So we have Berlin, we have Dresden, we have still Munich, of course, but it's a bigger area, and it's a fast-growing area. It's really big investments are visible from the big guys in the business. Yeah.
So you're seeing mostly German companies coming back to do reshoring back from Asia?
There's definitely, I would say, German companies, OEMs are bringing back business to Europe. It's either really back to Germany and also into the area of East Europe or the New Europe, Serbia, Croatia, all these areas. Yes, there's a clear trend of reshoring. But there's also some requests from Chinese companies who would like to build up factories outside of China. That's what we also see, yeah.
And in Europe or in?
In Europe, let me say, or close to the border, like North Africa. But yes, they are looking around to be present in Europe.
Right, okay. Well, North Africa is still a little bit, tender in some areas. But
we all know, but there are also some very stable areas, and I think it will end up there.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about the development path for Koh Young. We've got a productronica year coming up. Is there anything that you're working on that you think might be?
Koh Young is always good for innovation. So it would be a pity if we have nothing in the pocket for productronica. Yes, very, very clear. We have some nice ideas in the pocket, mainly about the process optimization, the visibility, the usage of the data, and I think it's all around compensating the gap of skilled people.
Yes.
This is a big topic in Europe.
Yes.
We all know, we all suffer from the shortage in people. Hard to get people. It doesn't matter if we are as a vendor looking for engineers to help, or the customers or our distributors. And
the automation is sort of compensating for that.
Yeah, this is. I will not talk about the automation. Automation sounds always like a mechanical transport, but I think it's the intelligent data processing, learning from the data, learning from the process, securing that the process will become more stable. That means less rework, and if you go for the smaller structures, which we are facing, there is no rework anyway, so process optimization and high level of quality is a must.
Right.
So all around this, doing more with all the lines with less people, that's still the goal, and there's a lot of development necessary. Yeah.
What about this miniaturization? I mean, does that put an extra tax on the time it takes to inspect boards and things like this?
Yeah, of course. There is an impact because you need a higher resolution. Our smallest resolution currently is 3.5 micron. 4 years ago, we have been talked about 20 micron, which was the standard.
Yeah.
And if you look to the sizes and the dimensions, it's really amazing how small it is. And with us long in the business, we started once with 1812 components, which was more like a Lego brick, and today it looks more like a sand cone. So within a few years, it's changed drastically. But you can really see that this miniaturization is key, and it's bringing back to the topic PCB versus a semicon. And there's a merge. It's back-end is moving to the PCB, PCB is moving more to the back-end process, and there's overlapping, and I think that's also a very good chance for Europe and Europe manufacturers to do it, because it's a smaller PCB.
I mean, are you seeing evidence of that? You know, more EMS companies putting clean rooms in so they can.
Yeah. There's already a bunch of smaller companies who have been prepared for the clean room, and I would say it's not new. But of course, it's quite costly to invest. That's very clear. But we see it. People are ready. And where the big players are, there's always room for some smaller players. We all know it from our history. A big production site, they are followed by satellites, which are doing the small series. So I think both will be possible in Europe, both businesses.
Well, it's nice to see the industry starting to settle down and grow a little bit again. You know, I mean, there's plenty of applications out there, new applications coming through, but you know, we've had a lot of geopolitical issues and pandemic, etc., that have interrupted it. But it seems to be we're going towards an area just now where it's not.
I would say Europe is always good for, let me say, a more less dynamic business. Yeah, so you cannot expect the super duper grow on one hand.
Right.
But it's also, the depth is also a little bit less, so it's more balanced up and down.
More stable.
And we are long enough in the business, we all know that there are crises, and we managed all the crises. And at the end of the day, it goes always forward. So, and this is, I think, what the most important thing. That's why we believe there's a lot of business coming to Europe and will stay in Europe for the next years.
Yes. No, I totally agree with you, and I look forward to seeing more of it. Anyway, Productronica coming up at the end of the year. We look forward to coming back to the Koh Young booth and perhaps seeing.
Yeah, I can invite you, because we increased the space there. We will have a special, we call it tech area for semicon. Really a focus on the new technology to really put, let me say, a key point here, saying this is necessary to focus on. Absolutely. So we will have a special area with these super small components, and we recommend to bring shiny objects, super small, and we recommend you bring your glasses with you.
I will. Okay. Lovely to see you again, Harald.
Thank you.